Hey guys, James West here. It's time for another book review. Today I am talking about Polly with Black Ink, Book 2. Now, this book picks up more or less right where the first book left off with Polly trying to figure out how to protect her friends from the black ink. Now, one thing I definitely want to say about this book is just how much focus it puts on character and world building, which, anyone, if you've seen my writing tip videos, as you know, that is something that I always love to see, and something that I always love to see done well. Simply because this makes it a lot easier to remember which character is what's the world like that they're in, and just how it all relates to each other. Now, with Polly in particular, you really get a sense of how determined she is to help protect her friends from the black ink. So much so that it really borders on desperation at certain points in the book. And one thing I think I really need to draw attention to this is that at the beginning of the book you might feel like, okay, she's taking the weight of the world on her shoulders when she probably doesn't need to. But by the end of the book you realize, no, she actually does. She's the only one who can do this. She's the only one who can protect her friends. This is like it or not, her responsibility. And I actually like that Vanessa Betancourt actually made that so clear. Just because I've read so many young reader and young adult books where like a teenager gets caught up in an extraordinary circumstance. That's where you do get a feeling that for whatever reason he has to do this journey, right? Or he has to do this task. This book makes it very clear why Polly needs to do this, and why she's the only one who can help her friends. Now, before I go into this next point, I do have to make a small confession. I actually had to read this book twice before making this video, and the reason for that is because it had just been so long since I read book 1 that when I started reading book 2, I kind of forgot a lot of the details that the sequel was based on or was building from. So after reading this book the first time, I went back, read book 1 again, and then read book 2 a second time. However, while I was doing that, I realized that a lot of these small throwaway lines in book 1 were actually really built on in book 2. So much so that if you read this book, then go back and read book 1, and you read those quick, small, throwaway lines, and you actually see how they actually become way more impactful to the story, and I actually blew my mind a little because I thought that was pretty clever, and I really like seeing that. Now, one critique I do have about this book is the ending. And no, it doesn't have no spoilers or anything here. This is actually I'm just talking about the flow of the ending. And just that the end of this book felt really abrupt to me. I mean, very sudden. And it's one of those moments when it's like if this story had ended like just a few pages sooner, I think that would have been a bit better time. I think that would have been a bit better place to end the story without feeling like really abrupt or like a very big cliffhanger. Now, that aside, I really did have a nice time reading this book. But again, love the character and world building. Really looking forward to where the third book goes with that. And all in all, I give this book 4 stars. And until next time, this is James West, signing off.